great future. We're talking real money.
There is a malaise from which many of us suffer or have suffered in our lifetime. That is the belief, and by the way, it is a mistaken belief, that there is easy money to be made, that there is wealth without risk, that there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that there's some way to find the treasure of El Dorado, whatever it might be. Today's younger folks, and we love you, you're our children. You're our children. We know
and
who you
grandchildren.
are.
Yeah,
and grandchildren. No, my grandchildren are tiny. They're tiny. I don't have any old grandchildren.
I got an almost 11-year-old grandchild. So,
oh
speak
man,
for yourself. Yeah.
You're all whacked with your ages. You got young daughters and old grandchildren, and it's very confusing. We don't know what you've been doing or how you've been managing life.
I think we can pretty clearly see what I've been doing.
We're just going to let it go. But there's one thing that a lot of young people, millennials and the like, are all excited about, and it's this thing called passive income. Now, it sounds great because what does it say? Passive. That means I don't have to do anything. I can sit on the couch, play video games, and I make money. Who wouldn't want that? However, there are some serious problems with most of the passive income pitches and products and purveyors out there, Tom.
It's a fascinating, I think this is somewhat uniquely American too. The idea here that you can kind of move up, right, in social class, which has something to do with your wealth.
Without
you
doing
can start
anything.
from nothing, without doing anything. I mean, it's going to be easy. And the quote from this article was, "We live in a passive income obsessed culture." Now, if you go, for example, and to look at the top rated investing podcasts at Apple, the first, because we're among them, I go look at the top 30, and of those, I believe it's something like 27 are all related to real estate.
Real estate.
They have a system. They have a method. They have something to sell you, which by the way, results in their passive income. Not so much yours. But the article spent some time talking about other people who think they're going to somehow set up a website selling, in this case, it was golf products, and earn $150,000 a year in passive income. Now, they set the website up, of course, paying the people to build the website, paying for the private label product, et cetera. And then they ended up making $300 in sales, which really doesn't sound like $150,000 in passive income to me. I'm more concerned.
And by the way, it having been in online sales.
Yes, you were.
It is an actual business with risks and, wait, the other word, that other money way you make money, work. Oh yeah, work. You have to work,
show up and do something.
Actually,
in today's world, you don't have to show up. But the pandemic, I think, made all of this worse, right? Because I've got my check from the government. I'm going to put it in something and I'm going to make easy money coming in hot, if you will. So again, the reason that it concerns me is that people, as this case showed, are misled. They're misled about how easy it's going to be to set up a website to do this. But I think the bigger picture is most people are misled about the ease of passive income from real estate. That I can buy a rental, and it's going to be easy money. I'm going to have to sit back and it's going to come in every month from the renter. It's going to be far more than what I had to borrow, et cetera, et cetera. But you and I know, having been in business, and by the way, I never got into business to make easy money. That wasn't, I did it because I enjoyed being in business every day.
Well, and it's a good thing that neither of us did it for easy money, because if we did, then we would be sitting around going, "Oh, we failed miserably."
We did. Yeah. None of the money was easy. Business is not easy. I don't care what business you're in. It's not. I'm watching my wife try to get ready for the spring and summer season with her food truck business, and she's already bemoaning the fact of how much she's going to have to work the next 6 or 7 months to make all this happen. It isn't easy. It isn't passive. The only passive portfolio that I know that is easy, frankly, and you have to have money to make money off it, is investing in a globally diversified stock portfolio and bonds to some extent and getting that money. That's money you don't have to work for. You already worked for it. You saved it. You set it aside. And those companies then reward you for being an investor in them. Okay, that's passive income. That works. But I don't know of any other business, vending business. No, that's not easy. Website? No, that's not easy. None of those things are easy money. And there is no other business that you can sort of say, well, I put my money in this passive business and I get a check every month that I know of. Now, I know there's 20 websites, or 20,000 websites, podcasts. And we used to follow the guys from Eastern Europe who set up these awful how to sell it at Amazon websites. You just buy the stuff, blah, blah, blah. And that turned out to be even worse than some of these other things you read today. So my advice always is caveat emptor with any of these things. Well, number two, I don't know of anything easy with passive income.
Even the people who pitch passive income through real estate work really hard to make their money, but generally they don't do it in real estate. For example, one of the top most listened to podcasts about real estate is called The Cardone Zone with Grant Cardone.
Is it Cardone or Cardone?
I don't know. It's got an E at the end, but anyway,
Italian
picture of it. There's a picture of him sitting on his private jet or a private jet because, of course, that's what everyone who does this aspires to.
We need to rent one of those when you're out. We'll have our picture taken on one of those.
Just get our picture taken.
Here's what happens.
But do you know what it costs to attend his training on
how much?
On how to make a fortune in real estate?
A small fortune.
The classes start at $1,000.
That's the first rung. That's not
and
the personal
go up
touch.
To $12,000.
And then if you're lucky to get on one of Cardone's, I'm just guessing, you get to be an investor in one of his projects somewhere. This is how they get you started, right? We get you in. You're part of all this, and then the next one's better, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah,
it's about real estate. It's about sales training. But the point I'm trying to make is that 99% of these people make their money selling you training, teaching you, not doing it. And my argument has always been like with all whatever happened to all the day trading schools? They used to be everywhere
so much. Yeah, I used to hear their ads all
the time.
They're
gone now.
Yeah.
Maybe it turned out that their courses didn't work. The only people for whom they worked were the people who sold them to you.
The system made the money.
If it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Just make that a rule of life. There are a whole lot of people in Nevada and Utah who wish they made that the rule of thumb, their life rule, because another Ponzi scheme.
Which you sent me, which I was unable to open.
A Mormon Ponzi scheme. They're everywhere. If somebody told you they could get you a 50% annual return, would you believe them?
No, you shouldn't believe them. But in this case, that was affinity fraud, right? These are fellow.
He was a member of the church.
Yeah, and good people.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah. I want to finish the thought, though, on passive income, because just to be clear, we are not opposed to people that go into business, because we've gone into a lot of businesses. Some have worked, some have not worked. But what we do want people to know is, based on our experience, it's not easy. It's not passive, certainly. And you got to work at it every day. I think in a small business, you work harder as an operator than you do in basically any other job. It's on you all the time. You got to be
always working, always working. There is, and again, I want to go back to your point. You want a passive income? Well, the best you can expect is maybe 5 or 6% per year. That's it. And you have to have money to invest to get the passive income. If you think you're going to get a passive income for just existing, just taking in oxygen and spewing out carbon dioxide, you really are delusional.
Horrible. Okay.
That's what you're doing. You're a carbon dioxide spewer, and that doesn't get you diddly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
I never thought I'd use the word diddly in a podcast, but I just did it.
Be careful the way you use it. All right, time for a couple questions.
It's a podcast. We can use it any way we want.
Bring out
but we'd make our
cheesecake.
audience unhappy. We're not going to do that. All right. Do you have questions? Tom has questions.
And by the way, you can send these in, as we say, the ones I'm going to read. You can read them, or for those of you who like, you can actually call us live on Saturdays from noon to 2 Pacific, 3 to 5.
Do you even know
Eastern.
what that is on the East Coast?
I have no idea.
Yeah. How about Greenwich Mean
on the East
Time?
Coast? Well, I don't know what to mean about it, but it's 800 386. No, 855. I don't even know the number.
935 talk.
There you go.
You know the office number. That's good enough. 855-935-TALK is our number. But this question, of course, came in by someone who likes to type.
Yeah, this is, I think I'm saying this right, Iman from Paramount, California, another city I do not know. Took the risk quiz, score is 64. What is your recommendation for investors at Fidelity?
64. Well, as it says in the risk quiz, that puts you pretty close to a 60-40. You're right about balanced. And at talkingrealmoney.com, and this is all going to change in the next week or so. I'm going to soft open.
Okay.
I'm going to soft open the new website. I'm going to soft open it. It's not done, but I'm going to soft open it. Got most of the stuff. And what you can do is scroll. Right now, though, you scroll down the page, scroll, and look at popular show topics. And it says 3 funds at 3 groups. That name is going to change, but it's going to be a button at the top of the page. It changes to, hold on, I got it right here because I'm working.
This is on the fly, folks. You're learning the inside, the background.
Diligently. The button will be DIY portfolios.
Oh, okay. This
Much
is
easier
how
to
to make
figure
passive income from Don McDonald. Take advantage of that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, so I have a score of 64. I go to the DIY section. What are the funds?
You go, the new website or the old website is 3 funds from 3 groups. And it'll give you, at Fidelity, for example, if it's mutual funds, let's just go with mutual funds. It's the total market index fund, U.S., the total international index fund, and the total bond index fund.
And here's what I would do if I was 64. I'd put a third in each one. Crazy,
that's about right. I'd be a little heavier. I'd be a little heavier in the bonds, but no, that's close enough.
Easy.
Close enough.
Easy.
It's easy.
And then every year, if it's in a qualified account, you could rebalance it to that. It'd be pretty close. So thank you for listening in beautiful Paramount, California. Do you know Paramount? I don't know Paramount.
Yeah, it's where they make movies. You know Paramount Pictures?
That Paramount. Okay. All right. Should have known.
Paramount Plus. I think they have a big mountain there or something.
I do know this town.
Joking.
Scappoose, Oregon. You ever been there?
Never.
I knew it was a smart comment.
There's one I've
here.
never heard of.
Okay. I think it's in Eastern Oregon. This is from Jay. I'm a new listener. When you're comparing mutual funds versus ETFs, you say one of the drawbacks of mutual funds is that they may generate capital gains. Why is generating capital gains a potential drawback? It's a good point, by the way. Doesn't that mean I'm making some money?
We need to add a word. We need to add a word. We need to add a word. They generate taxable gains in a year.
In a year where you could have losses.
Right. And the thing about ETFs is the only time you have you're going to have capital gains all along. It's the distribution of the gains that could potentially be a bad thing because you got to pay taxes on it. That means you lose money that was making money for you. If, for example, you had a mutual fund that was worth $1,000 and they distributed a 10% capital gain and you're in the 25% tax bracket, well, now you have $25 less than you had before. And in your fund, you've got $25 less that's making you future money because you sent it to the government.
Well, and it's very counterintuitive. The whole point of our earlier discussion was when you're in a year where the fund itself loses value because the markets have been down and now you've got a tax bill. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, it would be adding insult to injury. You have like a 30% down year and then you have a 60% capital gain distribution, which means you've lost like 50% of your money, 60%
No, I mean,
of your
it's
money.
crazy. Yeah. So anyway, that's why. So you're right, Jay. Making money sounds good, but in this case, it's
but we want the money
negative.
to stay in the fund making money,
exactly.
and that's what ETFs do. The money stays in the fund making money.
Far better alternative, but great question.
Now, if you have really complicated questions, like you want someone to look over a portfolio to see how hodgepodge-ish it is or how expensive it was, remember, expensive is almost always past tense. They almost always get it from you up front. Sometimes it's along the way. You should probably have someone take a look at it. And we know that having someone, whoever that someone is, look at it is a scary thought. Because
you're going to get sold something.
You're going to get sold something. And
they're going to say, if your money's there, it should be over here instead. Guaranteed.
Yeah, and it could be that you're going to get sold something by somebody who's really bad at what they do, too.
Or really expensive, or really not acting in your interests, or really,
wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be cool if you could get some advice and not worry that you're going to get a sales pitch?
Yeah. Which is by the way,
we work with some people who hate this idea. I'm not naming names, but there's a
lot of trouble at HQ.
There's a lot. Well, there's an old school that you always sell, always be selling. Always be closing.
Always be closing. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and that's not our philosophy. It's not about always selling. It's about doing what's right for people, and then somehow it works out in the end, and it has for us. Doing this has worked out. Well. It's kind of like Santa Claus and Miracle on 34th. That's what we are.
And I think this week,
go down.
I'm glad to be the Santa. This week, I think I talked to the 42-year-old bartender in Las Vegas. Rebuild their portfolio, because he's married. 45-year-old engineer in California, which he had a pretty good portfolio, but I helped fix the 401k. There's a 37-year-old truck driver. So these are all people that called.
Somebody called you and they had a pretty good portfolio. And yet if you called most people in this business, even a pretty good portfolio, they would find something wrong with it and tell you you really should bring it over to them.
Exactly. I mean, that's, again, if the money's at Merrill Lynch, there's a lot of reasons it should be at fill in the blank.
Morgan Stanley.
Whatever it is. So,
I started to say Smith Barney, but it's not around anymore.
And I've got a guy I'm talking to this weekend who is in Paris on Saturday morning. He said, can
Paris,
you do it early?
Texas?
I was like, no, Paris, France, I believe, actually, in this case. Because he said, can we do it early? I said, yeah, I'll do Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific. I'm up. What do I care? So I'm talking to it's an American who I think works in the State Department or something. So anyway, we help everybody, but we want you to get it right. Really right.
And you will not get a sales pitch. And all you have to do it is just go to talkingrealmoney.com and click on Meet an Advisor.
You know what's been fun? Meet an advisor, but been more fun is the phone calls. So many people have called.
800-386-3004, that number?
I love it. Let me help you get out of the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, get back with your life. I think it's been a lot of fun.
You notice we actually have an 800 number. It's only because that was originally the 800 number to order the Don McDonald money letter or Now you can't even get a pizza there, but call it anyway. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, call 800-386-3004. That was my contribution to starting Vestry. I gave him a phone number. Very kind. No, it has worked out. Been there a long time. Still rings. So thanks. All right. So where's the B1? I don't see it. You know, the B1, here's the thing about the B1. No, here's the thing. Very little has been done. Some paint has been administered, but the garage is probably 35 degrees. I don't spend that much time out there working in 35 degrees. Oh, I forgot you actually live in a winter wonderland. I forgot. Exactly. that. So we need literally our air conditioner downstairs shut down and we're dying because it's 85. Oh, that sounds so good outside right now. Yeah. 85. All right. We have to go. We do. Yeah. Because we're trying to keep our podcast down to about 20 minutes, and we're right there. So if you want to ask us some questions, anytime, call 855-935-TALK or go to talkingrealmoney.com. And remember, we're here all the time. It's me, it's Tom, talking real money.
We hope hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future, so past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Apella Capital, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. Are we done now?